Coach, anything particular as you reviewed the tape stand out from last night that you wanted to address today?
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things, but certainly the way we've been defending recently, we didn't bring that kind of game last night. We paid for it. It's a learning lesson. Very winnable game on the road, regardless of how many guys we had. We just have to learn from it and move on now to another challenge tomorrow night.
Anything new body-wise? I know you added Williams, but anything else that came out of last night?
Nothing new today. So we just did film and walk through, so I don't know who's made progress or not.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll find that out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. The month for the Celtics has been clearly Kyrie-infused, and I don't know if there's any particular thing you do to try to get him off these numbers right now. It seems like he's just kind of doing that as the season goes on.
Yeah, that's what this league is built on, is great players that present a lot of different challenges to you. They're playing very good basketball, and they've been as consistent as any team this league from the very first night to now. So, we understand how well we have to play, how connected, and that's our challenge tomorrow.
Is there anything you could take out of the last game against them? Obviously, you had different players available, but were there things you did on that night that are teachable points that if we do this, we can play with anyone?
There always are. It's not necessarily even what we did that night. It's more about us and committing to the things that are important to our success. It sounds very obvious, but when we get away from that, we've paid the price, losing games. So for us, we have to be able to defend at a high level, keep teams under 100 points, and we have to play efficient offense where it's a collective effort, not necessarily one guy scoring 30 or 40. And the last part of that efficiency is we have to take care of the basketball. When we have high numbers of turnovers, it makes it very tough for us to overcome that inefficiency to find a way to win.
With Josh, you brought it up last night. What's the next thing for him? I know you're not going to let him just sit in this space. So where do you want him now to start looking and impacting the team?
Yeah, consistency. So now he's proven what level he can get to. Well, how often can he get to that level? And that's what really separates the great players from the average players in this league. Anybody can have a good night, but can you do it over and over and over? That's the challenge for any player in this league.
From the last time you guys faced the Celtics, that can be helpful in the way that they're playing, because they're rolling now too, but that you can apply and try to take one in their place.
They've been rolling, so they're going to come out and play hard. They're a tough-nosed team. They got a lot of junkyard dogs on their team, so you really have to match their intensity first and foremost, and then you got to execute. Down the stretch, it's going to be a loud building, great environment, so it'll be a good test.
Kyrie's probably playing his best basketball now, even more better than he was playing when they were playing as their best as a team. Is there a way to get him off his game, or is it just about trying to get him to a volume space? Because he's going to take shots.
Yeah, for sure. He's one of those guys who's going to take and make tough shots. So I think keeping your head. He's going to make some ones that you felt like you were playing great defense. So it's going to be a team effort. It's not going to be one guy throwing at him. It's not going to be, he's going to see multiple defenders all the time. So, it's nothing different than he's seen. Everybody's tried every different thing trying to disrupt his rhythm. But he's a really good player. All we can do is play solid defense, not feel like we got to take everything away, but try and force him into tough shots.
Kelly's coming back to the Garden for the first time, even though he's faced the Celtics a couple times. Over the years, it's been very important to the brotherhood to make sure that a player has a good experience when they go back, particularly the first time. Why is it that way with this group?
You were there for so long, and then when you come back, you got a bunch of people hitting you up that you don't want to come see the game. I want to, so it's just it's not pressure. It's just that there's a lot of different people who want to see you play well. So you obviously kind of expect a little bit more out of yourself.
Does it help at all that you've already played your former teammates a couple times in Miami, or is this going to be its own unique situation because it is walking in the Garden?
Yeah, I mean, it'll definitely be different walking in the Garden. I mean, it was definitely different the first time playing them, playing all the coaching staff and all that. But yeah, the Garden's a special place, and so walking in there for the first time it'll be special.
I'm anticipating love, but I think Paul George probably did too, and he got a total different reaction. You didn't depart on those terms, obviously, so your expectation of what the sound will be like when you call your name the first time.
Hopefully it's love. I mean, I have a lot of love for the city, that organization, everything they've helped me do, and I grew up here basically. This is my home. I spent 4 years here after college, so it's kind of like I got lots of family here coming back here. It's a special place. So hopefully it's love. I mean, I have a lot of love for them, and hopefully we get a good game.